Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Suikoden III. Let's view the end credits and see what happens afterwards. I might actually put together a better party and try out the final battle with a faster team, but we'll see. Revives Karaya Village and succeeds Lucia as chief. Returns to Duck Village and remarries his ex. He's devoted to his kids. Fubar ends up living in Karaya Village with Hugo. They get along just fine, especially when he lets him eat horses. Lucia, after yielding her position as chief to Hugo, she moves to Dragonia where she works for Karaya's future. Beecham, asked by Lucia to stay on as chief Hugo's lieutenant, as hot-blooded as ever. Luce wants to mother all children who have lost parents in war, wants one big happy family. Dupa, as chief of the Lizard Clan, he faces the Zexan Federation on the front lines of battle. Shiba, when the fighting ends, he returns to his clan and gets married. Basba maintains his position and never lets his guard down. Wilder makes his living as a grasslands guide who escorts caravans. Ret, member of Zexan Archaeology Association, specialty ancient ritual sites. Peggy stays in Dragonia Castle and gains a reputation as a blacksmith. Anne achieves dreams of owning a shop in Karaya Village, but dislikes the rude and crude whatever. Twykin returns to Great Hollow and continues to expand it. Dominic keeps up armor shop in Dragonia Castle. Customers avoid his lengthy chats. Shizu, entrusting Thomas with the key to her cozy hideaway, she sets off on a journey. Mel sets out, leaving word she's visiting Branky's hometown. What? Mamie voyages to a new land, seeking the legendary cookbook once sought by her father. Lily Pendragon returns once to Tinto, then decides to study in Harmonia. By the time the president notices, she is en route. In order to stop Lily, who talks him out of it, he ends up accompanying her. Reed. Samus resigns as... crap. That was a little bit fast. These things go way too fast. Admittedly, I'm faster at reading these things. So that was the, Hugo side. Chris tells Yun the battle's over, vows to fulfill Yun's wishes. Lewis serves as an attendant and is eventually knighted. Salome, one of Chris's lieutenants, assistant leader of the Zexan Knights. Isn't that his old position? Leo, true to his nickname, Iron Leo, always gives 100%, active in Zexan Tinto border clashes. Percival returns to Ixay Village. When war breaks out, rejoins the Knights. Neither his sword nor his skills got rusty. Boris's cavalry always leads the charge in the Zexan Tinto border clashes. Fiercely loyal to Chris, this cool-headed elf knight is committed to Zexan service to the end. Fred, hearing that evil is afoot once again, he sets off on a new journey. Asks to return many times. Thoroughly ignored, she winds up helping Fred. Scott seeks new trade routes. He journeys to the western continent. Ernie joins Archaeology Association and researches ritual sites. Discovers the secret Zexan ritual inscription. Mike departs Dragonia Castle in the middle of the night with several mystery men and never returns. Augustine hears rumor of a beautiful palace in Torah and sets off to find it. Gordon, admirably elegant, a model Zexan gentleman. Jefferson, he bustles about, conferring titles to new residents of Dragonia Castle upon their arrival. Halleck, per Chris's suggestion, he returns to his village with Tuta and others who get rid of many infectious diseases. Mua follows the saga of the Flame Champion. His quest complete, he returns to his homeland and gets married. Jimba, he is content to depart after he leaves behind evidence of his time on Earth. Retires to Almakinnon Village and leads a peaceful life. Returns with Yuri to Almakinnon Village, but seems to get out and about frequently. Yun, the spirit of Yun lives on amidst the winds of grassland and the trees of Kaput Forest. This is pretty good ending music, too. Geddoe, thanks to Sasurai, he rejoins the SFDF. He still can't decide about that right-hand rune. Queen returns to her life in the Southern Frontier Defense Force. Recently, she's given up vegetarianism. Really? What a life. Managing the headstrong SFDF, he can't avoid complaining. Says fighting is difficult, but continues nonetheless. That's the Joker for you. Shock plans to fabricate an even more powerful bowgun. Isla, Geddoe refuses to let her join the SFDF, but lets her accompany them as a trainee. Duke heads south on a new mission, still hoping for a rematch with Geddoe. Her fate is bound up with Duke's, but it looks like she has no plans to quit working as a mercenary. Gao goes out on a military training tour, but often returns to Caleria to help Duke. Nicholas heads south with Duke, defends him in any battle. Watari. Once his contract is up, he disappears. Ayame disappears in pursuit of Watari. Estella sets out on a journey to find the 109th star. Roddy devotes himself to his training while traveling with Estella, but still can't fly. Bartz returns to Ixay Village and continues tilling the fields. Arthur spends his time running around looking for headlines. Kid responds to a request to solve the kidnapping of a lady of the Black Rose Society in an obscure nation. Nadir. The theater at Dragonia Castle sells out after the Flame Champion is rumored to have performed there. Ruby returns to Labuk and has lots of healthy babies. Iku. Even as she holds off the persistent Franz, she decides that she wants to live with him. Franz makes great effort to help Labuk villagers win status as second-class citizens. I thought they'd be back to grassland by now. So in other words, the end of this game keeps the status quo. It's actually kind of disappointing. Thomas, aided by Salome, gains free trade zone status for Dragonia Castle. Still serves as lord of the castle. Still Thomas's assistant, he's devoted to Dragonia Castle's accounting, constantly worries. As captain of the guard, she and her 3 subordinates, including Thomas, keep the peace in Dragonia Castle. Juan, as the population of Dragonia Castle increases, so do the pupils at his dojo. But second Master Emily does the teaching. Piccolo, he boasts to the people of the castle that he's a great wizard who can show them how to win the War of the Champions. The population of Dragonia Castle increases and commerce flourishes. She is always smiling. Muto, a busy warehouse keeper, he mistakenly hands over the wrong goods often. Ike heads the Silent Reading Society, sometimes holds meetings in a deep basement of the castle. Kuroku, everybody's doing fine. Whatever. Goes back to traveling, free as a breeze with Topo and Shaban. Protects Nei and Shaban, dreams of owning a small theater. Nei does better protection. Whatever. Not sure if she wants to pursue a career as a wandering minstrel, or as a Kenpo master. Genji opens a gymnastics school at Dragonia Castle and gains popularity with the kids. Crazily. Sets off on a voyage to avenge a friend. Wanfu. What friend? Goro loses to his dad in a bath match. He then goes off to find materials with which to build a new bath. Melville gets a hold of him and takes him back to Vinde del Zexe. Kathy, still running the ranch for Dragonia Castle. Recently, she's been holding horse races. Guillaume can't stand working as an appraiser either. That figures. Melville returns to Vinde del Zexe with his father. Alanis, the war having ended, she goes north with her family, hoping to fulfill her promise to Melville and Elliot someday. Elliot, his ambition to become a treasure hunter like Melville's father, is opposed by his own father. I like that scene of Vinde del Zexe, though. Ethel, when the biography of her teacher is done and Kaiser is gone, she opens a school in her hometown. Kaiser Silverberg, painfully aware of Albert's superior talent, he sets off on a voyage to see the world. Albert Silverberg. It is said he serves bravely in Harmonia's army, but is also a strategist for greater power on another continent. Truth? Edge. To defeat a foe sought by the Star Dragon Sword, he goes on a voyage to the south. Landis, whereabouts unknown. Sanai Yamamoto finishes her military training prior to getting married, returns to Dragonia. Vicky, at the victory banquet, she announces she'll teleport everyone back to their hometowns. She and her guests teleport. Vicky teleports all over, chasing Elder Vicky and others. Ortez sets off by ship from Vinde del Zexe to open a shop in Holy Harmonia. Returns to Brass Castle, resumes her career as a ruined sage. Tuta goes with Halleck to his village where they help many residents. Mio accompanies Tuta to Halleck's village wanting to help Tuta. She begins to study medicine. Emily becomes second master at Juan's dojo, never neglects her own daily training regimen. Belle sets off on a journey with Gadget Z in order to become a great gadget master. Gadget Z aims to power up while traveling with Belle as her attendant. Futch, having rejoined the Dragon Knights, he's studying to get 3rd degree ranking. Sharon, she attends the new Dragon Knight ceremony and gets a golden dragon. Bright, loves flying around in space with Futch, but Futch is bothered by his constant pestering. Sasarai returns to Holy Harmonia and serves as bishop, but suffers from existential angst. Dio, Sasarai's chief of staff, supports him publicly behind the scenes. Nash, the eve after the final battle, he appears in Chris's room and announces that he is leaving. Hubert, there's a rumor he's been seen amongst the deformed creatures that sprang forth from the crumbling ruins. Sarah, caressing her one and only love, the only one who understands her, she is lonely but content. Luke, I guess she lived. Luke's name vanishes from the histories of Harmonia, but he is remembered as something or other that I missed. That group was pretty much all like people from related to the previous game. And we get a nice drawing of Chris and Thomas and the Knights. I suspect it would be a different scene if you made Hugo or Geddoe the Flame Champion. I just noticed Cecile is there too. Couldn't tell because her back was to our viewpoint. But look! We have a new chapter. Luke. And finally we get to see Leknat. So you are leaving? The time I've been waiting for has come. What if I stop you? You can't. Not with your imperfect gate rune. I have hatred toward the entire world, and you are no exception. I especially hate those Alds. Always being so much better than me. Is this truly what you want? It is kind of a shame that Leknat never showed up to actually present the Tablet of Stars to us. I do like that she finally got a cameo, though. Let's go ahead and save the game real fast. And in the next episode, I think this will probably be a short one. I might put it up at the same time as one of the others. But in the next episode, we will go through Luke's chapter. And see everything from his point of view. Luke, Sarah, and Uber. They're not very high level, are they? And Albert in support. We'll see you next time, everyone.